for episode 0.87, and it is Monday, August the 24th. We are coming at you live closed location in southern Appalachia.
Yeah. Although I don't. Oh, I'm Kevin.
I'm Drew.
Anyway, we were talking about Marvel versus Capcom 3,
What?
the third Marvel, the third Impact.
3.5 really.
Okay, so Marvel 4. Or
Fucking,
or
I'm tired.
or,
I'm so tired of it.
or would it be true Marvel? Like,
Uh, I don't know. Marvel 2 and Marvel 3 are equally big in different ways.
yeah, well, I mean, not like true as in like influential. I mean, like, is Ultimate Marvel 3 the because of like the additions, the actual game was Marvel 3 Classic early access?
Marvel 3 is vanilla.
Okay, but it's just weird because they both came out the same year.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I've bought that game vanilla, ultimate, and then again on PS4. I have bought that game 3 times.
It's a good one.
I would buy it a fourth.
It's still good.
Yep.
I think. Yeah, no. I was gonna make some comment, but no, it's still good. It also
Yep.
so semi
I've
semi
been playing it again.
oh that's pretty good. How's it how's the combo? What are you doing in old Marvel?
Uh, I'm running Nova, Frank West, Trish.
No, are you just doing training mode?
Basically, yeah, because I'm not paying for PSN, so it's that and just like going through arcade mode. I don't know. Arcade mode is like not good and will not teach you how to play that game, but it's also to me like a nice warm up.
Of course, it's also you're playing it to play it. You're not
Yeah.
playing it to. It's the meta. It's a meditative thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marvel, did you know that Galactus is coming to eat Fortnite?
I don't. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either until I turned it on today. Because I've been trying my Captain Ahab, Moby Dick of trying to win a game of Fortnite. That's what I've been
Yeah.
doing. And I did it today. I've finally done it. And
Yeah.
it was difficult. It makes me think and basically think that I'm an idiot whenever I was talking about mechanical complexity being a barrier to entry into a popular game
Yeah.
because Fortnite is like the most popular game and it's also probably one of the most mechanically complex because like that high level building and editing is really really hard and you got to do
Yeah.
some of it to win or at least do okay. Like you need to be able to spin around, build the box, and then put the ramp in there. You got to do it, and it's kind of like it makes me feel like, oh, if someone's like, we got to make this fighting game easy, it's like, nah, you don't need that.
Yeah. No. You just need a way to like get people to actually play it and learn.
You also
I
you
still.
you also need like I think instead of complexity, matchmaking helps too, because
Yeah.
they've it's if the hard it's kind of like StarCraft. I still will say that StarCraft 2 is probably the most difficult competitive video game from a pure technical, like you have to do clicks and actions and keep track of things.
Yeah.
But what makes it less is that it'll actually match you with people that are equally bad. So you're not
But no.
having to deal with
Let me
the monsters.
let me also ask you this: how long does it take you after you finish game to find the next?
Oh, like 10 seconds.
Yeah, you know what? You know my strategy when I was playing Street Fighter 5 online?
You had your phone open and you would browse Twitter or just read a book.
I had a book. I would finish a match, And every time you find a match, like, well, I hope this is a good connection, so I'm actually gonna play like all the matches, and it's not gonna be like one and done. But yeah, you play one, and then you start reading your book, and you just wait and be like, "Oh, connection found." It's like, "Oh, thank you."
I remember seeing it was like in a League of Legends whenever they got to the high level, like the streamer would just start playing another game because the queue gets to like 15 minutes. So he's just like, all right, I'm just going to play Hearthstone or something while I'm waiting. And I was like,
Yep.
oh. Yeah, it's you just got to have people play. People play. If you can get people motivated to play, they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can hear that the
Yep.
dog next to me, or the dog in the apartment next to me, is just barking away.
I cannot hear the poppers.
Okay, it's going
But
nuts.
I don't, man, and I just don't know. I just don't. I don't get why they want to keep saying the controls are too hard to play.
It's
So
because
I saw a tweet of someone be like, "No, fighting games are too hard to play." As I like finished landing my 6 million point Tony Hawk Pro Skater combo.
it's it's. I think it's purely people get mad, and the only thing they complain about is 90. Let's just say 99% of the time it was you, maybe 90.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's you're playing Vega, or you're playing Third Strike, and you're playing like 13, and they're playing Chun Li. No, I can see.
12.
Yeah, 12. That's it.
You keep calling him 13. You called him 13 like 2 weeks ago on the podcast. And I was like, I was not happy.
I think that's getting me. I think I'm confused because of Red 13 from Final Fantasy. I think that's cross pollinated in my brain somehow, even though it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Or the classic cell shaded shooter 13.
I prefer Killer 7.
Well, Killer 7's actually cool. 13 looked cool, and then you played it, and it was like bad GoldenEye, which is even more damning because this was on the Xbox where first person shooters had been mostly solved because you could just copy Halo and it would
Yeah.
be playable, but that game was bad GoldenEye, and you're like, oh no. Looked
I remember before Infinite came out, I really wanted Killer 7 to be one of the characters.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah, all the Smiths
Really?
in there.
Yeah, really any of the Capcom 5 would be like sick.
Capcom's weird. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of there's some good stuff. Good stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to say I'm like, well, actually Capcom's doing fine. They're making stuff. Just fighting games kind of questionable.
Did you see Ono's leaving the company?
Yeah, he's gone. Apparently, the
Yeah.
rumor was because Street Fighter 6 was terrible, and
Yeah, like he was trying to push like a tag mechanic in it or something.
yeah, and
And
everyone
I don't know.
that and apparently also Ono has been reported as real hard to work with,
Yeah. It's
allegedly.
I'm not buying Street Fighter 6 Day 1. I'm not.
Oh, I'm not.
I will wait and see, but I'm optimistic
I will-
given that news.
I will be real. I'm not buying any fighting game because in the current landscape, in-person meetups are not
Yep.
unlikely, and
Yep.
I need it to be going for at least a couple months for people to say the net code is good. Then I'll
Yeah.
jump on. But until then, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna buy a fighting. Even if, I want Guilty Gear. Strive looks really cool, but I'm not gonna buy it until people have played it and said the net code is good.
Yeah.
Then
And I know, like, it's the most bizarre thing of they still haven't fixed Street Fighter V's netcode, But Marvel Infinite had legitimately good netcode.
Honestly, everything about Marvel Infinite outside of the graphics and the story mode, and I would even dare
Hmm.
say the story mode graphics, because I here's my Marvel Infinite hot take: the models look fine when they're actually fighting, because they're
Yeah,
designed to be looked at from the fighting, like the half, basically the
the
half.
3/4 angle.
Yeah. Spider-Man doesn't look weird when he's in his Spider-Man pose. He looks weird when they've taken that model that's been designed to look good in the Spider-Man pose and stand it up straight, and his neck looks all wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the Microsoft Flight Simulator stuff where people are going on ground level and saying like, "Look at how bad like all this crap looks." It's like, yeah, because you're supposed to be looking at it from 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, that looks like a New York, and then you get
No,
on Zoom and it's like a blurry box. And you're like, oh,
no man is supposed to find Grover House.
oh man, that was sick. I'm glad that Grover House was in that game. Grover House is still hilarious to me.
I don't know. I've never been that fascinated by Grover House. I think it's a nice little oddity every time it pops up
It's
when
it's
the next wave of kids discover this old
it's like an
spoken of
archaeological,
tome.
yeah. It's I think what makes it is it's the idea where you're seeing the perils of home renovation, but also stubborn nerd trying to brag about it on the internet.
Yeah.
And those two spices are delicious because you're like, this is bad, and they're like, nah, it's great. And then they show, and then you see it, and you're like, oh, that's bad. Why does
It's the
this?
fact that he keeps coming back to show more of it.
That's because it's that stubborn nerd thing of I'm going to do this, and I'm going to keep showing you it until it's done. I
It's like, I'll show you. It's good. But really, it's good, though.
like, no, it's not. And in fact, it's so not good that now people know.
Hmm. It's taught in college courses. How not to build a house.
Yep. You just don't want to. It's it's a long string of bad decisions.
Hmm.
Apparently, it was a while back. I was never into something awful, but it had management weird shakeups. I think that forum is basically dead.
Yeah, I can believe it.
It had some bad stuff at the higher ups, and then the shenanigans. I did like the idea of having an internet forum with basically a paywall to make people
Yep.
not shitty.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you got to pay $10, but then that means you're not shitty because
Yeah.
otherwise, if you get banned, you got to pay that $10 more. We'll just ban you again. I respect that idea,
Yeah.
but it's just I'm just man, I've just been playing so much stupid Fortnite. I needed to get the
Yeah.
win. I've also been working on Paper Mario and the Origami King.
Hmm.
That game is very good. I wouldn't say it's as good as like Thousand Year Door or the original Paper Mario, but it's
Yeah.
still a very fun game. Has some good little chuckles, some
So
rather emotional moments.
I have never played any of the Paper Marios, and I have watched very little. But every time I see them, my brain just plugs in, oh, this is the spiritual successor to Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, more so Thousand Year Door. Original Paper Mario is it's a little more whimsical. It's still good. Original Paper Mario is very good. Thousand Year Door is way more. Thousand Year Door is. I'm not gonna say it's edgy, but for a Mario game, it goes places where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. There's some interesting ideas here. And Origami King's a little more back to the whimsicalness. I would say, in terms of like the Mario RPGs, it's like Mario Sunshine, where people
Hmm.
like to shit on Mario Sunshine, but the game is still good. It's just not as.
No, no, it's not.
It's a good game. That game is good. It's
Dude, I challenge you to just watch the first like episode of Steal My Sunshine from Giant Bomb.
I've played that game recently. It's good.
How recently?
I was like 2 3 years ago.
It's I don't know, man.
It's
Watching people actually play that game.
I think that game is good. It's not great. It's not a Mario 64 or Odyssey or Galaxy. It's still
Yeah.
fine. Maybe another example would be Dark Souls 2, where Dark Souls 2 is the worst Dark Souls, but that's still, in terms of video games, that's not bad.
I don't know, man. As they continue to play more and more Sunshine, Dan Riker was having a harder and harder time defending that game.
I mean, I don't know. I liked Mario Sunshine. I think there's stuff there.
I like watching it get speedrun.
Oh man, speedruns are great. That's going on.
Yep.
I've really I usually, because it goes on so long, I don't watch it live. I'll watch the VODs of it. What my fate I really like the Pokemon speedruns. I think
So
they're
Kevin, what are we talking about right now?
speedruns.
What's going on right now though? We didn't actually say
Oh, awesome games done quick. Or is it summer? I thought is it I get
it's
'em-
summer.
Okay, so
Yeah.
summer games done quick. I get them confused.
Yeah.
I mean, I always
Yeah.
I always like. All right, so we'll just talk about speedruns for a bit. Drew, what speedruns do you like?
I think a lot of the speedruns I like depend on the runner.
The runner
Um
matters, and to me,
the runner yeah, the runner really matters. Cause the worst runners are the ones who are like crapping on the game they're playing the entire time.
yeah,
Cause you're just watching and you're thinking, if you're dumping on it the whole time, why are you playing this game then?
I would say the safest bet, if you want to be a speedrunner and you want to have the safest bet, all you got to do is simply describe what you're doing and don't make jokes. And then you're gonna turn out like, if you do your speedrun, like, all right, we're
Yep.
gonna try this and do a jump here. All right, that seemed to work. I'm gonna try this risky skip
Yep.
here, and if you just do that, you are automatically, I would say,
Miles above most of the
you're
scene.
a B tier. You have
Yeah,
possibly
getting
B
into
plus.
A,
Yeah, you're like that
getting
B
into
plus
A
range.
requires yeah, getting into A requires actual charisma.
That would be true. But if you have no charisma and you simply say, "This is what I'm doing," then you're good.
Yeah,
You are fine. Like, I've seen many like speedruns where it's just like, nah, here's the guy doing it, and you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, that's all it needs to be.
another good way to get like higher, I think getting into B plus is where you say what you're doing and then provide also either like technical information about it or some of the history around the skip.
I would say that's more like A minus range of all the
That
speedruns. You're hitting A
yeah,
minus.
that to me is like B plus A minus though.
Yeah. I like it. I mean,
I like Sonic games though for speedrunnings because all Sonic games are massively broken.
Sonic. I always like to watch the Sonic speedruns.
Have you seen the Generations speedruns?
I think I can't remember it recently, but is that the one
So
where they jump off and then boost, and they're boosting through like nothing, and they're trying to like avoid the death planes?
So I think yeah, sometimes, but what they can do is current Sonic, modern Sonic has 3D levels that also go 2D sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You can somehow skip the Force 2D, so you still have quote unquote 3D Sonic in the 2D plane level, so you're able to jump around and outside the walls.
That's cool. I love it. I also I like it. I like it whenever there's a game that whenever I played, this is just kind of general speedrun thing. Whenever I play a game and it's like 20 to 30 hours long and you see the speed run and it's like an hour. like
Yeah.
it was there was like the second uh like next gen Tomb Raider game and it was 45 minutes and I was like, "Okay, I'm watching that." And how they did it was they went out of bounds and climbed through a blocked gate because then the game triggered after you got to like the respawn point that says, "Okay, so you're here now." And they gave you like all the
Hmm.
upgrades you would have gotten by that point and you can just beat the game. And I was like,
It's
"Wow.
similar things happen in Control.
I've not seen a control speed run."
Yeah, it's a lot of picking up things with telekinesis while you're on top of it, so it forces you to clip through the ceiling.
I would say control makes sense for a speed run. I like the Doom speed runs are very fascinating. If you've
Yeah.
seen them, I really like the Half-Life 2 speed runs because it's kind of like it reminds me of those Mario speed runs where they're just kind of like glitching Mario, so he's building up too much speed and he just flies through the level.
Hmm.
And you just, but it's in a realistic first person shooter. It makes it seem way more silly. I like that.
I just don't have that much love for Half-Life 2.
I guess like did you ever play it?
No.
Yeah, I think it had to, because for me it was one of those things where Half Life 2 came out and it was the summer of when I graduated college, not college, high school, and
Hmm.
like my summer game was Half Life 2, like the orange box was Half Life 2 Team Fortress and Katamari Damacy,
Hmm.
and I had a good summer because it was just like, oh man, playing TF2 and Katamari. It's great. Yeah, but speedruns are good. Speedruns
Hmm.
are I like watching them. Once again,
Yeah.
a couple of the Pokemon speedruns I always think are fascinating, just because of how you have to you have to plan out your Pokemon to beat the game with the lowest level Pokemon, or the how to you have to optimize your grinding, and I think it's interesting.
It's typically isn't always just grinding one Pokemon.
You grind the Pokemon, and then you have to switch off to one that can effectively. It's kind of like they have to pick a Pokemon that
It's a
can.
relay race.
Yeah, you got to pick one that can defeat the Elite Four, and you got to like
Yeah.
crank them up quickly. And I think the current tech is you use Nidoking, but it used to be Starmie, at least in like the red and
Yeah.
blue. The Let's Go Pikachu Eevee one was fascinating because in that one you have to catch 50 Pokemon to unlock one of those gates. So
Hmm.
there are points in the run where you're like, okay, we need to catch 50 unique Pokemon. And you gotta like on the routes you have to say like, all right, we're going, and if we see a Clefable, we get a fairy, we gotta hit it because we need that Pokemon the count, or else the run falls apart.
Also, I think in out of modern games, I think the best speed run to watch is Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild speedruns are nuts, especially
Yeah.
if you played the game. It's one of those where if you played the game and you understand kind of like it gives context to it because
Hmm.
you've like, okay, I know how hard that is, and they're just doing it instantly.
Hmm.
It's awesome, man. Breath of the Wild. I'm so conflicted on that game. I'm really conflicted on Breath of the Wild because I like it, but it's also I kind of hate it, and it's because I think my biggest complaint is it's not it's your all of your up because its strength is after you beat the tutorial you can go kill Ganon. Basically, you can go beat the game.
Yeah.
But that also means that you kind of don't have the Zelda going to up dungeons and getting upgrades, and those upgrades help you in other place because you got to be able to kill Ganon. But it's one of those where it's not the kind of Zelda I like, but I can't knock it because it's good. It's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there are parts of that game I really like. And a lot of that stuff, it's interesting. I think it has the second most interesting Ganon.
Behind Wind Waker.
Oh, Wind Waker Ganon's the best one. Wind Waker might be my favorite Zelda. I would say specifically the Wii U version where they give you
I was gonna
the
say
fast sail. That one, because I think the Wii U version because they give you a sail that so you don't have to change that you just double tap and it makes the wind go behind your boat. And I do believe they give you, or I may be mistaken, but a sea chart that has all the Triforce locations where you have to get all those little Triforce pieces.
Yeah.
So at least you know, like, here's where either the piece is or where all, like, the quest to get the piece starts.
They just put the game facts right into the
game.
Yeah.
Fixes it. It's really good. And I really like. I think art style wise, that's like the best one.
Yeah, I like Toon Link.
I like Toon Link a lot. I remember everyone hating it, or at least the nerd crew that I hung around with in high school hated that how he looked. And
yeah,
I think okay, I'm not going to say I'm that cool. I went along with the crowd. And then I played it. I'm like, nah, this is great. I love it.
I remember when they showed the re-release of Link's Awakening. Is that the one that just came out last year?
Yeah, I think that was Link's Awakening, the Game Boy one.
Yeah. And I just remember Jeff Gershman getting pissed off when he hears people are complaining about its art style.
Oh, I remember that. Let's turn it to a wolf and fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's super right. And I would imagine to Jeff Gershman it'd be incredibly frustrating because he was old enough at the time to like have seen it happen and being writing about it. And then seeing the same thing oh man, that must have been nuts.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Okay, never mind.
Are we crashing?
No,
dying?
No, everything's okay. I fixed it.
Okay.
It was like it was having some problems, but now it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. But yeah, I was like, man, that was crazy. To me, like a lot of the Nintendo Switch games, even though they're not like Death Stranding million-hour detailed, still look the best.
Excuse me, it's called Animal Crossing. Million hours detailing? Yeah, that's Animal Crossing.
That is Animal Crossing. I fell off of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I think it's because I got KK Slider to perform the concert, and then the end game goal is make your island look pretty. I was like, well, I'm done.
I'm surprised you bought that game.
Well, I like it. I did. I enjoyed it, but I only enjoyed it for about like a month, which is still a lot. I still played it for about an hour or two a day for like a month. Catching bugs, talking, building my shrine to sports. like because I got a baseball hat table and I put it on the beach and surrounded it with like fences, and I was like, sports is dead. Here's the shrine. Like it's that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that game came out just as the pandemic started.
Yep, it was that one in Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
And I played Doom Eternal first, and then I played Animal Crossing afterwards. Which is probably a mistake. I think Animal Crossing's better than Doom Eternal.
I should specify for all our overseas listeners, I obviously mean when the pandemic started here in the States.
Yeah, the crux was that was when NBA canceled its season. That's to me, that's the official start of big pandemic.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, uh-oh. Because otherwise you're like, oh, and then uh-oh happened.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in the geopolitical system. It's still, I think I talked about it, and I will continue to talk about it because this is my outlet. But every day feels so weird.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where if I'm driving somewhere and I just stop and I just see people walking around with masks on, I'm just like, oh yeah, we're in the middle of this garbage, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, it's not done. It ain't done.
It's not going anywhere.
No.
Oh, then you see, like, I saw a video yesterday of just a huge concert in China, and they just get to have those now because
oh no, they did it.
They did what they were supposed to.
No, it's I were you on the podcast? I can't remember when I was so complained that people. What bothers me is people. It's not even the selfishness. It's that not even the caring for others, but caring about your own self and enjoyment, and people won't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that the minorest of inconveniences. It's just, I'm still bothered. I'm still bothered that like college football is probably not going to happen or in a reduced capacity.
Oh no, it's still gonna happen, dog. At least those first couple games before the universities get shut down again.
Yeah, it's just, oh man, it's a nightmare. Just wear this. Just wear the mask. It's not hard. It's not hard. Did I talk? I can't even remember. Although about it, I did have another. I want to lay down one of my economic theories that I think I could fix capitalism. I think I could fix it.
Oh yeah, is it called government involvement?
Okay, it's called. Well, yeah, but it's called. So what you do is on all income, and I know. Listen, this is going to be flawed and scammed, but hear me out. That so anyone that makes more than, let's say, $12 million a year, all of that income is taxed, but the person gets points instead. Because, like, once, like, Jeff Bezos and Elon, all the billionaires, like, money doesn't matter anymore. It's points. So instead, we take away and we have, like, leaderboards and stuff, and we give them, like, cool plaques and trophies by having enough points. So like Elon Musk, like Jeff Bezos is like, man, have you seen that I got like my platinum trophy? I'm so cool. But once again, us as the people, we have to be like, man, Jeff Bezos got his cool point trophy as he's.
We have to put the act on.
Yeah,
I wish I had that cool plaque trophy.
Yes, we do. We have that is our thing because we have to keep him pacified. So because we're taking all that money and actually like putting it where it should be. But the price we must pay is we got to make him think that we all think he's real cool because that's what billionaires want. If you look at like Elon, that's why Elon Musk and shit's on Twitter because he wants people to like him. And
He's
money.
so stupid.
So we have to pretend to like him to take all of his money. That's the solution. Oh man, you're real cool. You're the coolest. We put like a statue of you. It's amazing. We'll tear down like the Robert E. Lee statue and put a Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk up
No,
there.
I'm not. I'm not giving that man a statue.
Okay, well, okay, maybe not a statue, maybe like a plaque. It'll be like a fountain, and then a plaque on the fountain.
I don't like it because then it's gonna be the whole fountain is his.
Oh, I see. What about, you know how like you'll see they'll put like a little plaque next to a tree, and it'll be like, this tree is like an oak tree. Put one of those. No, because then
As long as the tree was already there, don't make
true.
it a freshly planted tree.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying the points. We have like a leaderboard. We'll have like some monument like in Washington. That's just the leaderboard.
Yeah, just next to the Vietnam wall, there's the leaderboard.
Yeah, there's the
wall.
leaderboard. Actually, you'd put it next to the mint because that would be more appropriate. Like you have the Treasury Department, and in front of it, it's the big leaderboard. Who has the most points? And then you have people trying to get points. But once again, we gotta since you gotta police it real hard. Like you gotta make sure people aren't scamming and cheating to get on the leaderboard. Because they will. They want it. They want it real bad. You know they do. They're like, I hate that I'm 58th on the leaderboard. You need to get more points. That's how you do it. That's the plan. That's how I save the economy.
Yeah.
By putting achievements. You gamify it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how you
microtransactions.
Macro transactions. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. And then people like man, it's like, yo, I don't care about points. Some guy does. But now now if I get sick, I'm not going bankrupt. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I went to the dentist and they said I had a cavity.
Uh-oh.
I hate it. It's one of those where it's not my teeth aren't hurting. And they say I have a cavity and my brain goes, "Are you lying, dentist?"
I think you're lying. Show me this cavity.
Yeah, show me. I can't see it. My teeth aren't hurting. Then you're gonna have to say I gotta come back and get it filled. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's like listen, I'm trying to save up to get a computer to stream.
Oh, see, he streams when he's not dentistry.
Oh, is that one of those jerks that I beat on my mythic climb? And he's like, oh man, this guy.
I'll show you, Virtua Horfo.
Put that in there. How will you stream if you can't talk? We'll say, yeah, we need to just remove all these teeth. They're all gone. They're all rotten to the core. I need to be talking with the gums. That's. Then I'll have to rebrand. I was watching a video about space, and the guy had like a lisp, and then the guy like, but he was cool about it. He was like, yeah, I know, I kind of sound like Elmer Fudd, and I was like, you know what? That made me go 180 on him, from going kind of like to like, oh, okay, you get it. You laughed at yourself.
He owned it.
You did own it because it was kind of cool because it sounded like Elmer Fudd was talking about astrophysics, and I was kind of into it. It made my head canon that Elmer Fudd, when he's not trying to be fooled by Bugs Bunny, is like an astrophysicist and super smart.
My only issue is thinking about the Fudd on Duck Dodgers.
That's true.
For invading the sun.
Oh, man. That show was better than it had any right to be.
Yeah.
That's one of my hidden gem shows. Or if you want to know like what's a hidden gem. Oh, speaking of hidden gems, um, do you know they put all of Moomin officially on the Moomin YouTube channel?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's just there.
this.
They just did it. Like,
All right,
now I will.
all right.
There is a caveat. Is they did that stupid thing where they kind of cropped it to make it 4:3. Like they cropped it to make it widescreen,
Yeah,
but it's
they
official.
cropped the 4:3 into a
Yeah,
16:9 or whatever.
yeah, but it is official and free, so it's sort of like,
Yeah.
I don't really complain. But it's because I was looking about Moomin because I saw someone did an image where it was like a comparison shot, and on the left hand side was Linguini from Ratatouille, and on the right hand shot was Snufkin, and it was just how people in between.
Yeah.
Like Smedrick was on the Snufkin side, whereas Frodo was more Linguini. I think.
Okay, this is also weird. So like I'm on their page right now, their
Yeah.
YouTube channel. And so yeah, they do have the 75 episode playlist
Yep.
that has like the cropped videos or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they also have episodes 1 through 6 in one long 2-hour chunk that's still 4:3.
Oh, so they must have. Oh, so because that's like the first
Hold up.
story arc.
Hold up. I'm looking at an episode right now that is it's still 4:3. It has like the sidebars.
Huh. Which because I saw one where it was cropped kind of weird. It might have been like
Yeah.
it could have been my video window was not maxed, and sometimes the
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay, so episode 1 is widescreen,
Yeah,
but episode 75 was
normal.
4:3.
Oh, maybe because they did like the first six to try to be like the compilation or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Because there like the early Moomin does have like a story arc, and then it kind of
Yeah.
turns episodic.
Yeah.
After the Goblin King gets his jewel or whatever. Like that's the
Yeah.
and then it just kind of goes, all right, now it's adventures in Moomin Valley. One of these days, it's just I can't because it's too expensive. I want to get Moomin Valley in winter. That's the one. Because that's
What do
the
you mean it's too expensive?
because from what I can find in my limited searching, like the only place you could get it is the official Moomin store, and it's either sold out or $30. Because
I don't know what it is.
it's Tove Janssen's book, because
Oh, okay.
and that's the one where Moomin wakes up early because the Moomins they hibernate over the winter,
Yeah.
and Moomin wakes up early, and it's just a book about him in winter where there's none of his friends they're all
Yeah.
either sleeping or gone, and him just trying to deal with the world, the unfamiliar world. And it's kind of, it's the sad, it's the intro, it's the deconstructing of Moomin, where he's just kind of like, oh man, this is kind of a bummer, and everything's all cold. It sucks. And then the last one's where the Moomins leave, where they move away from Moomin Valley.
Yeah.
And that was the one because Tove Jansson said I couldn't go to that happy place anymore. I remember that. I don't remember which episode I stopped watching Moomin. I think it was in the 20s. It was the one where Moomin grows like a jungle. They plant a seed, and then it turns into like a jungle around their house. And then Snork Maiden and Moomin and the crew get into shenanigans,
Yeah.
as you would
Um,
imagine.
So if you want to check Drawn and Quarterly has a lot of the Moomin comics,
Yeah.
so I don't know if it'll have the one you're looking for or not. But
Oh,
I
the
know
one I'm
Drawn and
looking for is like
Quarterly.
a novel. It's written.
Oh, why would you want to read a book when they have comics?
Well, because I wanted because it's still written by the same person. It's
I don't know.
it's like if Bill Watterson wrote a book that's just cow, I'd probably read it. Is that who I'm thinking of?
Hmm, I don't think I would.
Uh, I would investigate. I would need to some truthfully I would need someone to dive in before me and say if it's good or not. But I would be intrigued.
You need that penguin to get eaten by a leopard shark.
Yep. I need that one. I need the fall guy who has to jump on the falling little platform and fall off. When on that platform one where it's just like there's a crowd and someone has to take the first step.
Yeah.
That's the darkest Fall Guy game, in my opinion. It's probably the best one too. Did you ever see any Fall Guys?
I have not watched that much of it. I've I get the gist of it, but it
Um,
seemed I don't know. I'm just not that interested in watching it.
to me, its biggest problem, I said it last week, I'll say it again, is
There's not enough variety.
no. It's like 20 courses. There needs to be at least 50. At
Well,
least,
last week I thought you said 30.
well, I've changed my mind. Doubling it. I think, honestly, probably like 40. But you need, I would say the events can be the same, but the course layouts need to be different. Like you can still have the climb to the top of the mountain, but the mountain has 3 or 4 variants.
Yeah, you got Ice Mountain, regular mountain,
Or even just like
Fire Mountain.
here's mountain with where the balls are shot at the top at you. Here's one with like the slippery slides. Here's one with doors that open and close.
Here's
Just
ones with trampolines.
yeah. Here's just spinners. They're just
Have you
going.
seen the people complaining about players getting too good at Fall Guys?
Yeah, I have seen some where it was some complaint where they were basically saying that once people are getting too good, every race is simply determined by starting position.
Yeah.
Because if you run the race fall, and I've seen and somewhat experienced it on one of the last courses where it's the fall mountain, and how it's structured is if whoever gets to the top with the like least mistakes will win. There's
Hmm.
once you get hit once, you cannot recover if someone's having,
It's fate at that point.
yeah, it's just, well, they've
That
done it.
it's out of your hands.
Whereas some of the other ones, like the hexagon one or the don't jump or the steal your tail, it feels a little bit more player agency.
Have you seen the like quote unquote best hexagon player?
Uh,
That's the video I know of where it's while that guy is doing a hexagon, it's just someone else has done a TikTok and he is just complaining the entire time about how you have ruined Fall Guys.
no, that's great. That sounds fantastic.
Well, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
Because
See if we can
people,
get this to play on the podcast.
because people get real salty. People get
They
real
do.
salty about Fall Guys, which is
And they try to make it be like I don't know. My brain has a rough time trying to conceptualize the thing because they're saying, "Well, I don't like how like serious he's taking it. He's ruining it for the rest of us." And so naturally, the fact that you're salty about him winning means you're taking it seriously too.
oh yeah,
You're
they're
really just mad that you're worse than him.
oh yeah, no, that's what that is. It means it's that they're upset that they're terrible. Like
Yeah.
whenever I play one of those battle royale games, I try to get at least one victory, but I'm not salty. Like I never ended a day doing the Fortnite where I was angry. I was always like, well, try again tomorrow. Also, Fall Guys is so kind of random. It's to me, it'd be like trying to be a high level Mario Party player. If you're like this guy's.
So I saw some guy had like a 16 game win streak on Fall Guys.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's ways and strategies you can use, and there's people are figuring it out. Which is also why I think that game needs more courses, even like variants or just stuff, because people are figuring, because just how the physics and stuff work, people will figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Still good, I would say. Still, it's worth trying if you have it on like PlayStation Plus. I would also say if you're out there wanting to be a Fortnite champion and you have PSN, you should probably play on PlayStation because there are more people playing on controllers, which is what you need. And PlayStation gives you a free skin, so you don't have so you don't have to be the random selection. I hate being the random selection. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That's honestly the worst part. That's, I would dare say, the most evil part of Fortnite. From a design standpoint, not like a monetization standpoint. Is that if you don't pay, you can't even select your own character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no other game does that. I would have the balls. They'd put you at like as default man. It's like, no. You don't even have that agency. Just a rotating crew.
Have you seen the Street Fighter V costume designs?
I like the Vega one where he's in the Speedo.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It is that one, the E Honda one.
I haven't seen the E Honda one.
The E Honda one is legitimately the sickest one. But and the Manat. Those are the good ones.
Alright, I need to.
And the one that's winning is like currently like a jury costume that's like whatever.
Well, because jury.
There's two different jury costumes that are both whatever. No offense to the artist who made them.
Honestly, the problem with jury is that she peaked at Street Fighter 4. Like, her base costume's really good.
Yeah. It's like Chun-Li. Somehow Chun-Li's costume just works.
I don't know. I like her. Alright, I'm looking. Costume design contest.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm looking here. Oh man, is that Balrogs? Okay, so Balrogs looks sick. Try to look at all of these.
Yeah, I don't like Giles.
Alex's is, I don't like it. So this is the jury one that's winning?
Yeah. That's the jury one that's winning.
That's just because she has thick thighs.
Yeah.
She's just wearing that's not a good costume. She's just wearing like a hat, an eye patch, and just like, oh, that's people being horny.
Yeah, it's that jury costume. Second place is the Sakura costume.
It sucks because the right next, at least on the little Capcom blog I'm looking at, the Laura costume is equally horny, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Where she has like the lightning cloak.
Yeah, it's behind the Vega costume. The Vega costume is like in 4th or 5th.
I think the Sakura one's fine, but it's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
one
Honda one.
Okay, I'm trying. Oh, let me find that. Oh man, The one where he's like Kabuki Honda?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah, and then they have the alternate costume where his hair is wild and flowing.
That's the best one.
Yeah, everybody get out there and like that E Honda costume
That's
on
the
Twitter.
one. Okay, the Minot one's pretty good.
Yeah.
I honestly like Boncho Jury way better.
I don't like either of her costumes that much.
I like that one better, but it's still not as good as. Oh man, so part of the okay. So if the Guile one had changed the art style to make it look like how that person drew it, it's my favorite.
You mean if they redid this model?
Yeah, if the model,
like
not the
that?
costume, if the model turned into that, that's my number one with a bullet. Like 100%. That's the best one. The Vegas is good. I think the Sakura one is boring.
Yeah.
It's not
The
terrible.
problem is, I feel it's the same as the Mika costume. Like, Mika and Chun-Li both have the same costume submission.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like the Balrog with like the
Bionic Balrog.
yeah, that one looks cool. It's disappointing because the ones I'm looking at, I'm like,
That's in last place.
yeah. It's just it's like stop being horny, internet.
Or at least get horny for the right things.
Yeah, like if you're horny for like the Monot, that's okay.
Get horny for that E Honda, though.
That's the best one.
God, it's so good.
That's the best one. It's Ehon. Ah, crap! Get out of here. Trying to look at this crap on my phone. It hates it. Honestly, I would say E Honda's number one. Then I would give it to Bionic Balrog because I think that's such a. It looks so different than normal.
Mm-hmm.
I give it to that. Then I would honestly probably, I mean, Family Man Guile if it changes the model. That's like the honorable mention.
Yeah.
Bikini, I like the idea of Bikini like Vega because it's like all right, here you go. I do not
I like that for that costume, his mask is just sunglasses.
Yeah, that makes a difference. Of the horny costumes, I think Laura's is the best.
I think Vegas is the best.
Okay,
with the horny costume.
no, you're right. So I would say if you're voting for cool, number one is E Honda with runner up as Balrog. If you're voting for horny, number one is Vega. Backup is Laura. That's my like if those won, I would not be disappointed.
Yeah. But no, it's gonna be this whack ass jury costume.
That jury costume is terrible. It's terrible.
It is.
It's terrible. And it's the fact that there are two juries in there. That's what's
I don't
worse.
like it. Yeah, there's two juries nominated for costumes.
There's two of them.
Have you seen, because people have now been able to post their submissions, so people have just been throwing out way better costumes.
I think the only reason the jury is winning is because it's the most horny art. Like the costume the costume itself is nothing special, but when I look at that, I'm like, oh, that's some horny porn drawing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's winning.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair call. They just really enunciated those hips.
No, that's what
I have one.
Yep, I've done it. That's the secret.
It's not good though.
It isn't good. It looks like a mishmash. She's wearing like a bison hat, an eye patch, a tank top, and then like a half flowery skirt. That's a
I,
mishmash.
I don't get what it's supposed to be.
It what like it reminds me. Doesn't Laura have like a bikini like half skirt or Chun Li? I swear one of them has that same like the bikini bottom with the half skirt. I swear someone has that costume.
Laura has a bikini, but she has a robe over it.
I swear someone. Maybe I'm thinking of like Tekken or so. May I know that I've seen the fighting game design of like tank top, bikini bottom, and then with like the flowery
Oh no,
half.
you're thinking of SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob. There you go. Bikini bottom. Well, that'd be okay if they made her like, "Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?" If she said that when she activated her like feng shui engine, then I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh man, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Anyway, I think we'll end on that. That's the end.
The depression.
The depression of whenever you see the that horny has defeated again, defeated design
Yep.
yet again, and not even good horny. There's some good horny in there. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Do you want some numbers? Do you want the numbers?
yo, hit me up with the numbers, and then we can head out.
Okay. I have to like find Street Fighter's Twitter handle. Think it would just be Street Fighter, but I guess it's not.
No, it's
Okay.
like,
Here we go. I guess it is, but it didn't suggest it.
cool.
Okay. Okay. So, if you want to vote, get these in by August 31st. And all you got to do is go to Twitter, find the entry on the Street Fighter Twitter page, and like it. Currently, the Lara costume has 7.3 thousand votes.
Okay.
The Vega costume has 8,000 votes.
Okay.
Zangief, Biker Geef, has 6.7 thousand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the jury costume last.
What's the Honda?
The Honda currently has. The Honda currently has 6.5 thousand votes.
Well, it has 6,581 now. Cause I voted for that.
Yeah, I voted for it. I voted for a couple of these.
Oh, I'm voting. I'm voting for Vega. Giving that one a like. There you go.
Don't forget, retweet it too to share it out, so that way other people can like it.
Oh, I see.
Retweet the good ones so people can vote for them.
All right. Yo, I'm gonna like that,
Okay.
Laura.
And the jury costume currently has 17.4 thousand votes.
What? Hold on.
Yep, that jury costume has
What the
10,000 more votes than
Oh,
any
that's
other
that's like an entire 10,000. Oh God.
Yes. It also has 2,000 retweets, which is more than anything else, too.
It's awful. The more I look at this costume, the worse it.
Okay, she has competition. The Sakura costume has 14.3K.
All the ones I voted for.
Yep. Yep.
I'm so okay. Minot. Okay, that's what's this Minot one? Oh, it's
5.6.
Oh man.
Yep.
Okay, no, I'm gonna like this Guile.
The other jury costume has 12.1 thousand.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Okay, what is this Armika one? Okay, the Armika one's like I just. But that jury costume's terrible.
Both of them are.
It's so bad. Okay, I'm.
Jury is in first and third.
Well, I don't. At least Boncho jury. Like, to me, that's not fancy enough to be a submit. It's not offensive. But it's not. It's just someone drew like horny art. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yep. That's what people want.
They basically drew Jury with Skullgirls proportions.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they did.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. It's
That's
just not good.
it.
Okay, I like. It's unfair, but I like the yellow alt costume they have.
For
But
which
all you've
one?
done is for that jury costume, the winner,
Oh,
the background colors they have.
I do like.
I like the yellow one,
Oh yeah, because
but
Tan
that
Jury's
you're
pretty
just like,
good.
yeah, tan with pale hair.
Yeah, the anime, as it's been referred to as the anime race, where
Yeah,
it only existed in anime, but it's one of my favorites.
yeah.
God,
Fucking
I'm disappointed. Disappointed with you, internet. Disappointed.
okay.
Like it's because all the ones I'm like, okay, they're all neck and neck, and then the horny Jury has 10,000 more.
Yeah, and it really bothers me. So it looks like the top four are Jury, Sakura, Jury, and Alex.
I didn't think that Alex one was. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not. To me, that feels like a cost. Like I don't. I think my complaint with the Alex one is similar to my complaint with third place Jury, where that feels like a costume Capcom would have either made without being, without like outside influence.
Man. Okay, so you can also just browse the hashtag Street Fighter V costume design contest to see what other people submitted that didn't get chosen.
Yeah.
And there's a really good Gil that's Falcon from Power Stone.
Okay, that's good. Man, that's a bummer. That's how we're gonna end it. Don't don't vote for horny Jury. That's gonna be it's gonna be the podcast tagline. Later days.
Later days.